Start, ma'am.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం అండి. ఏటీఎల్ ఈ రోజు క్లాస్ లో భాగంగా విపుల్ ఈ రోజు డిఐవై డెకరేటివ్ లైట్ గురించి మనకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు. ఓవర్ టు విపుల్.
Good evening, everyone. So, thank you, madam, for giving me opportunity to present myself. The 26th session of Nirman Learning Through Tinkering. This program is sponsored by UNICEF India, supported by Government of Andhra Pradesh, SCRT, and Vigyan Ashram. So let's get started through the DIY decorative light. So before starting to session, announcement regarding ATL Kid Express Quiz. So ISRO and Atal Innovation Mission AIM has conducted one quiz competition. So to celebrate the World Space Week, so competition is started from the 4th of October to 10th of October. So competition is currently going on. So you can go and attend in this quiz competition. So link is also provided over here. You can go to this link and just give this quiz competition. So there will be many rewards will be there. So if you are able to participate in this quiz, so there will be 30 MCQs questions will be there. Depends on the space or something. Okay. So more than 40% of mark, then you will able to get one certificate from ISRO. Okay. And AIM. Okay. So if you have any difficulty while filling this application or any query you have, then you can directly contact us. You can directly call to Raji or me. Okay. So what is the purpose that why they are conducting this quiz competition and all these things? So main purpose of this ATL lab to develop the curiosity and creativity and imagination mindset inside the students, right? So that is the purpose of taking this ATL lab tool. So AIM and ISRO is taking efforts to develop the skill set inside the students. Maybe amongst us only one of the scientists may come and develop some innovation kind of things. For that purposes only they have creating such a initiatives. They are taking some initiative, taking the puzzle competition, project exhibition competition, like these things. So please try to participate in these events, every students, and you can get the certificates. That is very much importance for this certificate, and that is the government of India is giving you directly certificate. So please focus on this. Okay, so in this today's session, what we're going to do, we're going to build one decorative lamp. Okay. After that, so alternating components. What is the alternating components? So what is happening that we are facing? So if we are giving some project to the students, if some component or some material is not available, they are not doing that project. So that's why I included this topic in here. If this component is not present, what alternative components that you can use? And that is also need of the tinkering. If some component is not available, what you can do? What another ways of doing that particular project? That amongst you. Okay. So afterwards, we're going to learn about AC versus DC. So we are going to use some AC appliances plus DC appliances. So what is the basic difference between that? How to distinguish that? So we'll just take a look on that, and we are then after this complete activity, I will giving you one assignment or task, you can say. So in that potentiometer, I just simply tell you what is the potentiometer, and afterwards you have to complete that activity. Okay, so task based on the decorative lights afterwards. Okay, so let's see what we are going to do first. Just watch this video carefully. What we are going to make. So see, basically, I hope that video is clear to you. So we're going to create one circular wheel. Over that, we are going to stick some gelatin papers with the different colors. Okay, and rotate. And meanwhile, you can able to see the room with the different colors. Okay. Now, let's see what are the materials are required for doing this activity. First is a LED bulb. AC supplied LED bulb. Afterwards, DC motor. He gave some switches, wires, bulb holder, wire, and plug. Plug is attached to this wire. So we're going to use this one. Screwdriver and batteries. Next, we need glue, scissor, cutter, pencil, and some gelatin papers. Okay, with different colors. It's not necessary that you can going to choose only these three colors. You can create any color. By mixing red and blue color, you can able to generate the purple color. Like that also you can able to do. Next thing, you need cardboard box and cardboard sheets. Okay, let's start the activity. So at the start, what you have to do, take one card sheet. On that, just take one uh, compass measurement of 10 centimeter and mark one center. After one single line, and take one protractor and put it on the center and mark the 120-degree lines. So all these three lines has to be 120-degree with each other. Okay. So now we'll going to stick. We have to stick gelatin papers on that. If the very thin, you're not going to stick able to stick gelatin papers properly. So for that, we need some margins. So what you can do, whatever the center lines are there, try to mark 2 centimeter margins on that, on each side, each line plus on the circle side as well. And mark this inner slicing. There are 3 slices are made. Can you able to see? These 3 slices are there that we're going to cut. First of all, take one pass, take the measurement of 10 centimeter, mark the circle, put it on, put protractor, mark the 3 lines, which is 120 degree with each other. So this angle is 120 degree, this angle is 120 degree. All together form 360 degree. Okay. So next thing, after making wheel layout, so after that layout is done, now we're going to cut this section. Before cutting that section, we have to cut the gelatin papers accordingly, right? So cut the gelatin paper to the dimensions. Okay, cut the gelatin paper, and if it's possible, just put this all the gelatin paper inside one heavy book so that all the papers will become plain. Now see, if you are able to see this paper is not uniform, right? So if you want to make it little more plain design, then you just paper inside the book for 1 to 2 days, or as you wish. Afterwards, cut the slices. Whatever I have marked, no, you have to cut that slice so that you can able to stick the paper on these remaining portions. And you have to place all 3 different colors on these three. After that, just make one center hole such that only shaft will going to fit inside it. So see that don't make bigger hole in the center. Otherwise, it will become loose. If it is become loose, then it will be very difficult for motor to rotate this shaft. Okay. So make one small hole, then put motor and then stick it properly so that it will not get loose. Next thing, just the stick gelatin papers now. Stick gelatin papers of different colors. And make sure it is plain. If it's not plain, then it will look like this. Messy. Okay. So now put the sheet on the side. Now take the cardboard box. Now we have to fix motor and bulb on this. Okay. So to putting the motor, I'm going to mark one hole first. After that, I'm creating hole. Then I'm putting the motor. Don't do the electrical connections right now. Just connect the motor. Cap of this LED bulb. So diffusion of light will be avoided. So why this light is why this cap is placed on this bulb? There are some reasons to place this white so that light will get diffused. If you put this cap, all the lights will get uniform on the room. Room will be uniformly lighted. And second thing, to protect electrical circuit so that human will not going to touch directly the electronics part and will get shocked. To protect ourselves and plus protecting from the rust and all these things, they have provided the shield and for the diffusion of light. But now we want one concentric light. We don't want to diffuse our light. We want one light in the single line so that only red light will come on the front side. Okay, so that's why we have to remove this cap. Okay, so that's why we have to remove this cap. So see, and make sure of the alignment. Now I put it for motor. After this, I have to put lamp. So make sure that shaft height is bigger than this lamp height. Lamp should be inside of this because we're going to put our wheel on this shaft, right? So if it's going to rotating, it will stuck with this bulb. It should not happen like that. And sometimes what will happen, whatever the wheel that we made is not perfectly rotating. It's sometimes tilted a little bit. So in that case, it should not bulb. That's why we have to take care of the alignment. Shaft has to be come outside, lamp has to go inside. And you can see the inner section like this. I didn't do the electrical connections like that now. So just don't stick it now. Just put it, check whether holes are correctly placed and remove. And now we'll focus on the electrical. Don't put glue before the electrical connections. Next thing, now we have to work on the electrical connections. Now there is one wire connected with the plug. I don't going to explain how you're going to connect this plug. Now just see on the bulb holder. I'll just show you one video how we are going to connect the wire to this bulb holder. Just when you're connecting this wire, just test once bulb whether it's operating properly or not. Then proceed further. So connect wire plug bulb holder. Once connection is complete, test it once more. Test whether bulb is working properly or not. Now just take a look on this video. So there will be one phase wire and one neutral wire. You can connect anywhere. And there will be two ends. There is no polarity issues will be there. So make sure you're not going to remove excess lead of the wire. Just remove only little so that screw will go. You can, if you are able to observe the see, I didn't cut the wire too much. Lead is not much exposed. See, if you are putting this, wire is not coming from this side to avoid the accidents. Suppose this blue wire and yellow wire is connected accidentally to each other and then spark will be generated. We have to avoid this. After the putting the screw, just try to pull these wires, whether it's coming out or not. If it's completely tight, then your work is done. Okay. Next thing. Now let's see how we're going to attach DC motor to it. Now there is one DC motor. I'm going to connect one 9-volt battery to it. And in this between, there is one switch. So I'm connecting negative directly to the one of the end of DC motor. And another end is going through the switch. Turning on the switch, at the time only shaft will get rotated. So let's take a look on this. How we'll going to, this is the Tinkercad software. We have already explained you how to use this software. If you are not aware of this software, how to use this, then you can watch the previous videos that we have. So this is one battery. I'm just rotating by pressing a button. Afterwards, I'm taking one DC motor. So if I'm connecting directly leads and starting simulation, then it's revolving fastly. But we don't want like this. We want to save our battery. So that's why I'm connecting one switch. Directly search over here, switch. I can use this one. Okay. And I can connect directly. I'm not going to cover this because I have already covered the physical connections. So I'll just take a look on the slides. So this will be a very easy part. I think that you can able to complete this one. Next thing. So now we have to solder this motor with these wires. So just observe the components carefully. One soldering machine is there, soldering gun is there, one flux box is there, one DC battery is there, battery cap is there, one single wire, one switch, one DC motor, gear DC motor, and soldering metal, and one cutter. Now let's see how we're going to solder this motor. Just watch this video carefully. Just observe how I'm soldering the wires, because I have seen a lot of students that properly. That's why I thought that it will be very informative video for you. I hope you are able to see this video. Whatever the connection I shown you on the circuit diagram, same I am replicating over here. One of the end I am connecting to the positive end of battery cap. I have connected this one. Now second end, one random wire I have connected to another end of switch. I have tightened completely. Afterwards, the another end of this wire I am going to connect on this motor. And negative end of battery has to connect it to another end of motor. Another end, I'm just dipping the one of the end of wire into flux so that lead will flow easily. Now I'm just heating up the terminal. I'm putting this wire, put the wire, and just waiting. That's all. Now just try to pull this wire whether it's fixed properly or not. It's fixed. Done. Okay. Now think. Now check. What are the alternative components that we can use? Suppose you don't have this DC motor which has the 60 RPM rate. RPM means revolutions per minute, 60 RPM. This DC motor, if you powered on this DC motor, if you turn on the power, then in the 1 minute, it will revolve 60 times. This motor will going to revolve 60 times. That's why this called as DC geared 60. Use this. Okay. So it is very general purpose motor. It is very easily available in your lab. So what you have to do, you have to do the soldering of the same switch, and the soldering part will be same. Just you have to your will on this end. This is the exposed the white shaft. Can you able to see? This is the only shaft end. Now what are the consideration that you have to take while doing this one? So see. So while I am explaining you this, so see the alignment of shaft. DC motor is shaft has very small, so you have to stick on this wooden this edge of this cardboard, and the bulb ultimately has to come inside. It has to be very at the edge of this, so that no heating will be there, right? So that's why you have to be very cautious with that shaft and that DC motor. Very low, very small. The shaft length is bigger. That's why I chosen this DC motor. You can use that too, but you have to put this bulb inside this box. Okay. I'm using LED bulb. I'm not using that fluorescent bulb. That is yellow color bulb. I'm not using. Why I'm not using that bulb? Because that generates lot of heat. This box, the bulb will generate lot of heat. Ultimately, whatever the gelatin papers colors are there, no, that color will fade away. blue will become very light blue, red will become very light blue, and lot of heat will generate that can damage our components. That's why I use LED bulbs. LED bulbs don't emit heat, that heat, but not up to that extent, like that yellow bulb does. Okay. Okay. This is BODC motor. What are the supply? What supply you have to give? You can either give 9-volt supply or you can give 12-volt supply. That both will work for these motors. What battery operated? That means this DC motor can operate on batteries like this. This is one DC battery, and this is one DC adapter. So if you want to this decorative lamp has to work for entire time, then you have to connect this DC adapter rather than battery. Battery will discharge very soon. You can connect this DC adapter. What additional thing you have to do? So see, this battery has battery cap. It has red and black color wires. Right? Red stands for positive, black stands for negative. Similarly, this adapter also has red and black wire inside it. So what you have to do, you have to cut this DC leg, and you have to red and black. You have to remove this red and black wire, and similarly, you have to connect what adapters positive to one of the end of switch and negative indirectly to the motor. That connections you have to establish same connections, but you can use directly adapter so that you can use it for longer time. And same like instead of using cardboard, you can use sunboard. So you have seen that shaft, that circular shaft is there, that is made of the cardboard. But while you are making, you are going to face lot many difficulties while cutting that cardboard. It will become a very spongy kind of thing. It will break immediately. So you can shaft, and if you want to use that box, you can go with the cardboard box. But for the shaft, you can able to use the sunboard sheet. Okay, just try to use this material instead of this. Just try to replicate that activity what I have told you. Afterwards, try to replicate using these components. Okay. Now let's see what is the difference between AC and DC. So alternating current is a flow of electricity that changes the direction regularly many times in a 1 second. And DC current will flow in only one direction. I'll just let you know, I'll elaborate these things. So just try to understand. AC means supplies that we have in our school, in our home, that supplies AC current. AC stands for AC current, alternating current, and DC stands for direct current. So these are some sources of direct current, DC current. So these batteries are there that will give you DC current, and this adapter also going to give you DC current. Sockets are there, whatever we have in our home, that uses AC current. Okay. So what is the difference between in that? I just let you know with the help of Tinkercad. So just try to see, I'm connecting positive lead to positive, negative to negative. Now what will happen? I'm connecting one DC source to the this motor. If I starting, see, it's revolving in the clockwise direction. If I'm changing the polarity of this, what will happen? It will start revolving in opposite direction. Now see, it's revolving in the now. So what is the purpose of DC? DC is giving you one stable state. So suppose if you are connecting one multimeter, it will give you 5 volt all the time. Sorry, 9 volt all the time. It is one fixed finite state that is giving. So see, voltage is a fixed voltage. But in terms of alternating voltage, alternating current or AC current, what is happening like? So I'm connecting positive to negative and negative to positive. In the alternating current, this will switch immediately. It's continuously varying. Now negative to positive, positive to negative, negative to positive, positive. Shifting will happen continuously. So if I'm connecting positive to negative, only in one direction current will flow. But in the alternating current, what will happen? Current either will flow in the clockwise direction, again will anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. This loop will continuously happen. It is so fast that you are not even. So if you are connecting one AC bulb on the AC supply, can able to see continuously it's on. You are not even able to notice that current is shifting is polarity, positive, negative, negative, positive. It's not shifting. You are not able to see. Why? Because it's happening so fastly that you are not even able to see. 50 hertz is the frequency rate of our AC. The frequency rate, it's changing the polarity 50 times in 1 minute. Sorry, in 1 second. In 1 second, it's shifting 50 times. Plus minus, plus minus, plus minus in 1 second. It's so fast that you're not even able to notice. So that is the only difference between alternating current and DC current. I will not going to go in much depth of this AC current and DC. The point that we have to note down in this chapter today, that we are using two sources. We are using one AC source and we are using one DC source. DC source to operate one DC motor, and AC source we are using to operate that LED bulb, because that is operating on the AC supply, right? DC supply to that AC bulb, it will not operate. And if you are giving directly AC supply to that DC motor will damage. So you have to take care which is the AC and which is the DC. That is why I have explained this, what is alternating and DC current. So you can use for this DC appliance. Okay, search over here, or you can able to see the potentiometer over here. So it has 3 terminals. So what is the value? 250 kilo ohms. In the labs we have 10 kilo ohm, that is unit of resistance. Okay, so I have to measure the resistance whether is varying or not. So how I can check? I'll use multimeter for that. Okay, so multimeter I am taking. What I have to measure? I have to measure resistance. That's why I'm connecting to the resistor. So let's see. I'm connecting. Resistor doesn't have polarity, so you can connect anywhere. Okay, so start simulation. So see, it's showing 0 ohm. If I'm varying this knob, the resistance is getting varied. So where we have used this one? So in day-to-day life, we use this potentiometer. Just how in your fan, you have fan. If you have to control the speed of fan, you are rotating one knob. That is called as potentiometer. That is called as the regulator. Same. That is using as a potentiometer. So it has 3 terminals. It has variable resistors. Why variable? Because however we are, if we are rotating, changed. Okay. So where else we can use? In the audio application. If you want to increase or decrease the volume of the music, you can use this potentiometer. Similarly, motion control. Now we are going to use to control the speed of motor. So what I told you previously, this DC motor much fastly. If you are using this motor, the shaft will going to rotate so much fastly that you will not even able to notice the red, blue, and green difference. So you have to reduce the speed of this DC motor, right? So we have to use the potentiometer for that. How we can use this potentiometer? Just take a look. I am deleting this multimeter. I am using this potentiometer. I am using the same battery and same DC motor. I hope it is clear for you. So what I am doing, I am connecting positive lead to one of the end, negative end to third end of this one. Okay, and negative as a wiper has to go on the positive side, and negative battery has to be common. Means negative is going to potentiometer is same, and same wire is going to the DC. Motor, potentiometer, and battery. All negative wire is common. I'll just change the color for simplicity. And red color for the positive line. Okay, and this is the wiper. So if I start simulating, see, revolution is also 171 revolutions per minute. Means in 1 minute it will revolving 171 times. If I'm rotating this knob, the speed is getting varied. See, 200, 198, 170 is getting read. Speed is getting changed. So you can use this potentiometer to adjust the speed of the DC motor. Okay. So this activity you have to perform. So you have to take this potentiometer. You have to take this potentiometer. One end you have to connect to the positive end of battery, another end, third end, you have to connect to the negative end of battery, and center end you have to connect it to one of the end of DC motor, and negative has to be common. That is very simple. Just try to use this potentiometer one DC motor. Just try with this only. Once it gets done, then try to utilize in your this project. I hope you understood all these activities. So what we're going to cover that yellow color DC motor. And see, I'm just putting metal on one terminal. Second terminal, again I am putting some metal. Now I'm just melting down that metal. Once it gets metal, I'm just pushing the wire inside this metal. And second end is same. Where you are going to use this flux to flow down the lead. It will be easily soldered if you use this thing down and just pushing the wire inside it. That's all. Okay. So just try to pull this wire again. So let's see the last time. Chart is revolving, LED bulb is inside it, and 3 colors. You can able to see the decoration in your home. On the Diwali or Ganpati festivals, you can design such a projects that will be useful. Okay. So I hope this session is interactive. So that is from my side. So thank you for attending this online session. So thank you for UNICEF for sponsoring this program. Thank you for Government of Andhra Pradesh, SCRT, and Vigyan Ashram for giving me this opportunity to present this session. So please stay tuned for our next session. So thank you from my side. That is all from my side.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Vipul. Video is visible, Vipul?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you play one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Raju.
Okay. So
Yes.
హలో ఎవ్రీవన్, అందరూ కూడా కిడెక్స్ క్విజ్ ని అప్లై చేస్తాంలో కొంత ఇబ్బందులు పడ్డారు, కొన్ని ఫోన్స్ వచ్చినాయి. సో ఒక్కసారి దాని గురించి చెప్తాను. ఒక 2 మినిట్స్ లో అది అయిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ మీరు చేసిన తర్వాత మీకు కిడెక్స్ లింక్ ఈ విధంగా కనిపిస్తుంది. దాని మీద క్లిక్ చేసి ఇక్కడ మనకి లాగిన్ ఆర్ సైన్ అప్ అనే ఆప్షన్ ఉంటాయి. మొబైల్లో వచ్చేసరికి వేరుగా ఉంటుంది, పీసీలో వచ్చేసరికి వేరుగా ఉంటుంది. మొబైల్లో వచ్చేసరికి మీకు లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ కాలంలో 3 డాట్ లైన్స్ ఉంటాయి.